meeting. Let me record this too so I can have all the things. We are meeting in person. There's almost 60 of you signed up. There's almost 60 of you signed up for Freedom Queen Live. And that's, to me, that's just crazy. Let me go ahead and pull up Instagram. So you're inside of this 5-minute audit, obviously, because you purchased your ticket for Freedom Queen Live, the conference happening in September. I'm going to be getting you information about the venue very shortly. And I have really, really amazing news that I can confirm and kind of spill the beans on. The event, so it's definitely like 100% Saturday, the 28th. However, what I want you to do is block off that whole weekend. So when I first envisioned that weekend, I said it's going to be a day event. It's going to be a little longer. So block off like Friday to Sunday. Plan to just spend the weekend in Tampa, Florida, which I'm sure you guys were going to do anyways, but I would just go ahead and plan for that. So I've been having so many meetings about Freedom Queen Live and the weekend, and it's not going to be just a day event anymore. It's going to be longer. I personally you guys were planning on being there all weekend anyways. I've been having all these meetings with people and they're like, you're already planning it? I'm like, oh yeah, like this is going to be the most insane event ever. Like I've never seen anyone do this before in the online space that we're in. And they're like, okay, well, how many tickets have you sold? I'm like, oh yeah, like we're almost at the 60. Actually, it might even be at 60 now. And they're like, what? They're like, what is with your community? Are you guys on crack? Like, what are you guys doing? What are you drinking over there? They're like, our events have been the hardest thing ever to sell and all of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, because that's because you guys like try and run cold ads to people and you don't actually see the human and you don't actually have a mission and you're not building a movement. So I wanted to share that with you guys because this is, they look at it as a numbers game versus the human. So I'm ecstatic. Like we're hiring this insane productions team. So I would love today, what we're going to do is I just want to give you guys the bonus today where everyone on this call will get a 5-minute Instagram audit because you signed up for Freedom Queen Live. And then you're welcome to come to Thursday's call as well. We have like 60 people. Not everyone's here, but even if you don't come into the calls and you're watching the replay, you're going to get so much value out of it. So what I would love for you to do is go to your Instagram, copy your link, paste it inside of the chat. And then what I'm going to do is spend 5 minutes on each Instagram account that's inside of the chat here. And you're just going to get an audit. I'm going to give you feedback on your messaging. I'm going to give you specific copy that I would start writing. But when you come up for your 5-minute hot seat, what I would love for you to do is share why you joined Freedom Queen Live and what you're looking forward to for the event. Because then what I'm going to do is it's such good information for me. We haven't even like actually launched it. We've just been doing back end sales for it. When I go to launch it, I'm going to be using all of this information that I have from you all, like why you signed up, but also what you're so excited for about Freedom Queen Live. Okay, does that sound cool? So when you come up, go ahead and unmute, and then you can just wait on the side while I start doing your audit. So Katie is first. Why did you join Freedom Queen Live, and what are you most looking forward to? And then I'm going to start a timer for your audit.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming to the conference because I just know like the power of being in the room. And I honestly just want to have so much fun with you guys. It's an energy injection for me. And I know that I need that multiple times throughout the year. And this one's going to be a big one.
Yay. Yay. I'm so excited. We get to meet in person and the energy is everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look. I know you're in the headquarters, so we'll be working on this there too. Let's take a look at your bio first, and I'm starting the timer. So move like you know who the F you are, build a revolutionary coaching brand, college dropout to 400K in 2 years, start your movement. I love how you're using this angle. As a side note, I think we could use it even more in your content. I know I gave you that feedback last week of talk about how are you moving? What actions are you taking? Who have you had to become over the last year? Like how have you actually moved to get to where you are to 400K in 2 years, which is 400K in 2 years is very impressive. So You could even make some very simple reels content, like without even looking at your feed. I know this content would do really well. Like the 10 moves I've made over the last 2 years to make $400,000. Moves I wouldn't make if I wanted to make XYZ this year. This number one move is the thing that's going to unlock your next level of wealth in 2024. I wouldn't do this. I would stop doing these moves immediately if I wanted to hit 6 figures this year, or why I'm no longer focused on X and I'm only focused on helping women move, or unpopular opinion, moving has made me more money than X, like insert whatever it is that they're currently doing inside of their business. So I would leverage that more. And the reason why is when you're building $1 million movement and brand, we need to make you stand for something. We need some sort of messaging that's going to make everyone go, oh yeah, Katie, like she has this like move thing where she gets people to take action and remember who they are. And like all I know is that when I'm in Katie's world, I move, I show up. And so I was talking about this in your $1 million year of, we want people to be able to take your messaging and say it to someone else. So I would capitalize on that even more. This part right here, I feel like those two lines will evolve over time as you evolve. Like they're perfect as is. And also I feel like they're just going to keep evolving. These two are so strong. I wouldn't change these though. Like I would keep them where they are, but just allow yourself to feel into it even more. That might change over time.
Okay.
Your highlights are amazing. The overall branding switch that you've had, like you are such an implementer, Katie. You did that really quickly. Even just like how you're showing up on your lives, they match your all of your branding, and your engagement has been really, really amazing. So let's take a look at just the first 6 posts here. I love this post, by the way. It was really good. I was like, yes, that is very accurate. How to know your Instagram is using your turn.
Can I also just say real quick, since
Yeah.
I've had this shift, I'm literally like, the past 5 days have been insane. I'm getting like 50 to like 100 new followers every day, and that's never happened to me in 4 years of business. Like, I feel like I'm getting it over here.
Yes.
It's so hilarious because I literally just crossed 2,000 Instagram followers, but somehow I've still earned multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars with business.
And you're just gonna pop off even more. You know, this is what happened to me, Katie. It was like building really strong, doing these things, and then it felt like overnight, your Instagram changes, you're getting more engagement. And sometimes it really is just like a quick switch in the branding too, and the actual font and margins on the page. That makes a big difference. But then also you're being so much more bold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so fun.
Okay. Okay, so what I would do is the feedback that I gave you a couple minutes ago of basically let's do like a draw a line in the sand moment for your audience and say, make a piece of content that's like, I'm here for the woman that has tried everything else in online business and honestly knows that she just needs to, in all capital letters, move. Here's why. I would have a piece of content with like a very sassy photo of you looking amazing with that text on the screen, and then explain why this is your literal movement. Have a moment. So many times in business, it's like a declaration of who you are and what you're about and your movement messaging. That's all you need in order to break the internet. Because now what you've done is you've put words to your movement where maybe before people weren't able to describe what it is that you do. So I would have that moment, like line in the sand. This is what I'm about, move. And then here, and then after that, all that content's going to be about how to move, how to show up, how to take action for your dream customer. Not like, I know we've talked about this before, not the victim, not the person that you don't want to work with.
Do you think I should just have like a big week this week of like all movement based content?
Yes. Yes. Because when are you dropping move again?
Beginning of February. Or
Oh,
actually,
perfect.
yeah, that or late January. Soon.
Okay, let's do that then. Switch into that messaging.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, I'm gonna get some loading here. All right. And if you're watching on our Facebook Live, we are doing Instagram audits for everyone inside of Freedom Queen Lab. Freedom Queen Live. Can't even believe it. Okay. Sell high ticket offers. Cassie, come on up.
Hi. I gotta say first, like I just recently signed up for the Meta Verified and it's like chopped my head off, but it won't let me update it. So I need to like go and figure that out. So I know I'm not supposed to have like my face chopped off of my photo.
It's okay. We're getting a body shot.
Yeah,
That's okay.
it's good.
You'll be able to switch it soon. Okay. Oh, tell us why you signed up for Freedom Queen Live and what you're most looking forward to.
Well, it was my goal to go to 3 live events because in my sales career, the biggest, most fun, like motivating moments were always going to what we called plan of action meetings, and where everybody just all gets together and it's unmatchable energy. You really also get to collaborate with so many other people who are successful and really like link arms with people you wouldn't normally have access to who are doing incredible things like all
So
across
true.
the nation. So I think this is such a great opportunity to do the same thing and to be able to really have like deep conversations and pull people aside and meet face to face, because being behind a screen is one thing, but seeing the person in 3D is a totally different game.
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Just like the conversations that you're able to have with someone in person, they just go deep in 10 seconds. And
Yeah.
it's like maybe someone that you've been scouting out or you've been wanting as a client or you've been wanting to have on your podcast. This
Yeah.
is why in-person events convert so much higher, because you're literally in person with them. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So thank you
Okay.
for hosting. And before we get in, I'm doing like a brand shift. So you'll see a little different. It used to be like all hot pink and now it's going to be all red, black, and white. So
It's amazing. It looks so good. I love the brand shift. Okay. So sell high ticket offers your way for 15 to 50K months. So crystal clear, the sales queen building millionaires online, 24 years in pharma sales. Amazing. This is so so great. You've done so much work on this. I can tell.
Thank you.
We did a lot of work on it when you were in the 50K month mini mind on your copy, messaging, what's your unique position. So, okay, this is great. So let's look at the content copy here. Amazing before and after. I know your content, Cassie. You could do more of your story of, what it was like when I was selling millions for big pharma, or top 3 lessons I learned from being one of the best sales reps and how I use that to sell high ticket offers online.
Okay.
Like showing off more of your authority content, because you have so much authority. People, like when I think of you, I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman is so good at sales because you have all this experience, but then you're not showing that experience that much online. And
Yeah.
before people will listen to you, they have to trust you. So before they listen to the 3 things I should focus on every day for 10K months, they need to know that you're the authority. So way more authority content inside of your content overall. So that would be content that's like, again, what I learned from doing millions of dollars in big pharma and how I'm using that to build my coaching business. How like the number 1 lesson I learned from selling $1 million and how that's going to help you grow your online business and make $50,000 a month.
Okay.
Around that, you could even give like challenges that you've experienced, like what I did when I got ghosted in sales processes, right? Even though it's a completely maybe different sales process, there's still so many parallels between what you did with big pharma and also in the online coaching business. So show them how maybe a challenge, how you got ghosted, how you got told no, how you felt being a woman in like the very masculine, more male dominated sales industry. All of those things are going to make you be perceived as more of the authority.
True. Okay. I love that. Thank you.
Let me see what else we have going on. Because we have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I think what I was trying, like the thing that I was trying to do was like connecting the dots between my old, like my experience selling like massively huge products, like anywhere from like a $1,500 to $250,000 analyzer. You know what I mean? And so,
That's good.
so it's connecting that to the online space. I think like I like the synapses weren't meeting for a
Yes.
while. And now I'm like, okay, wait, now I can see how this draws together.
Yes, like every single thing you've experienced, and this is for everyone, every single thing that you've experienced in your life is supporting you in the business and movement that you're building today. Like
Yeah.
this is why I tell stories of like dance auditions. Dance has nothing to do with building an online business on Instagram, but it has everything to do with it. So if you position and say, these are the things I've experienced, and here's how it's helped me come online, or here's how it's helped me make more money, or me be more confident, or me be able to close sales like that,
Yeah.
then people are gonna trust you. You could
Mhm.
even say things like what the difference is between selling a $1,500 offer and a $250,000 offer, and then tell your story of what that was like. Like, give people really, really valuable storytelling, but inside of the story, educate them inside of in the piece of content that you're making. So they read it, they learn that you're the authority, but they also learn from it at the same time. They actually learn like practical things that they can do in their sales processes to make more money.
Right. Right. Oh yeah. I love it. Thank you. God, you make it
Cool.
so easy.
I swear sometimes you just need a 5 minute, like, what am I doing again?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's get
Well,
back
no,
into
but
it.
from like the right person too, because I feel like you're like especially gifted with all of this. So
Well, thank you.
yay. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, of course. Okay, Remy, why did you sign up for the conference and what are you most looking forward to?
I signed up because I love American energy for sure. That it's like another level of, I don't even know. It's kind of just like everything's turned up a notch. Everyone's just on like a high. So I want to be in a room with that for sure. And I like really do believe that when you're around these big people that are making like all these big moves, it like pushes you to do the same. And I find that I want more people who are like me, because when you do this and you're on your own, and maybe a lot of your friends are employed, you can't really talk to anyone. So
Yeah.
having a weekend, I can just talk to people that are just like me, and like we can join friends and all that. It's like a dream come true.
I love this. You're like, American energy turns me on.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Biz Bessie are the biggest I'm just imagining all of you guys like in the audience hugging and squeezing and networking and like you never know, you could find a business partner. We're going to be doing some content creation at the conference too. Like you can go off. Also, the place that we're doing it at is just freaking beautiful. So you can make so much content there, and it's a weekend. So it's like we have a whole weekend slumber party, freedom queen, making money, taking over the world. So I can't wait to squeeze you in person, Remy.
I can't wait. Sometimes you feel like you're going insane when you're like on your own. So it's going to be nice to have people who are also going insane, but you feel normal.
Yes, yes. And also, like, just real talk. Someone asked me a couple months ago, they were like, why do you always go to Funnel Hacking Live, Russell's thing? And I was like, because they actually make money and they're insane. You know, it's like they have conversations that are above and beyond struggling. You know, they're not in victim. They're like, so we're going to do 10 million this month and we're going to do it this way and we're going to be the most. And they're on stage and everyone in the crowd is like, let's go. And then you leave the conference like, oh. And so like, that's what I want to create even more of for Freedom Queen Live, is when you guys are there, it's like, you don't just show up and be like, oh, this is a marketing conference. It's like, oh, check out the freaking world. And then you leave and everyone's like, what is happening? I was
Do you know what
trying
it
to,
is?
yeah.
It's like big dreams become normal.
Yes.
That's how I could like summarize it in a line.
Yes. You see other women doing it, and you're like, he's a human. I can do this. literally, like that's literally what happened for me. So I'm pumped. I can't wait to meet you in real life. Okay, so I would, for like, without even reading this, I would first put an emoji or something in here, like a disco ball, something that's really on brand for you. I was actually thinking of your messaging this morning, oddly enough, but I would put in a disco ball here. This copy is amazing. I know we've worked on that a lot. Join Sci-Ho.
It's supposed to be sell your heart out, but I think that needs to change. I just have used too many characters, so I need to almost make the bio shorter. Something about it just feels a little bit fluffy, and I'm just not sure what.
I thought I said side hoe too. I love it. Okay. Well, you could take out helping you. You could just say, become your most badass self online, fall in love with life and learn a 6-fig biz. You could take out the extra Z and marketing strategy, or we could just simplify, become your most badass self, fall in love with life. Like,
It's a bit fluffy, isn't it?
yeah. But could we add something that's like, become your most badass self online? This is where I get into movement messaging, and I'm like, what is Remy's unique messaging? Like, what would you say? You know, like, what does fall in love really mean? Remember, we were talking about this yesterday. What did you say on yesterday's Your $1 Million a Year call about what does she really want?
We said something about personality, like it was something to do with like to find their personality and their voice. That was another thing we said.
Yeah, you said something about like owning who you are or not hiding who you are or being
Oh yeah. Yeah, something to do with will anyone actually see me for like who I am? It was like along those lines.
Well, that's amazing. Like, become your most badass self online. Like, become your most badass self online and use your true personality to make bank and become booked out, or to make 6 figures and become booked out. I don't know what I just said, so you might want to go back and watch
I've got it. That was perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you think I need anything in terms of like how I'm going to do that, like marketing or like business strategy, or does that sort of like speak? Do you not need all that?
No, I was just having a conversation with a couple people this morning who are doing $1 million months, and I was talking with them about how like the people that are making a lot of money, like $1 million a month, like they're so above and beyond. Like, I'm gonna teach you with my marketing strategy. Do you know what I mean? It's so like, it's not like how to build a product suite. You know, it's like, become this person, this energetic, this force of nature. And then in your content, that, like, you're obviously, like I do as well, we do messaging, we do products, we do Instagram audits. But when people go to your page, they don't need to know that you're going to teach them a marketing strategy. They want to know like what makes Remy different from the get when they go to your Instagram bio, because everybody does it. Like, most people here might be doing some sort of marketing, you know, but what's your unique angle? So that you know, you don't need to say that, because that's not really, I don't think that's a good use of digital real estate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? These look amazing. Your new branding has been awesome. I gave you feedback on your content inside of your $1 million a year, but I'm going to give it again of show your audience in the 3 different buckets how you've shifted your identity. A piece of content could be, I don't know if you've noticed this, but my Instagram content is taking over the internet. all because I shifted my identity. Like, claim that. It is. Every time I see your Instagram content, I'm like, she's doing something. Remy's going bigger. It's really, really good. But sometimes what a lot of people don't do is they miss the claiming. So they don't claim it and they just assume that other people believe that. But if you claim it, that your content's taking over the internet, it will just take over the internet even more. So claim the identity shifts and how that's helped you, because right now you're still kind of defaulting to the like sales, 5K, content, but there's not much about how to become the badass self. Maybe within the post you're doing that, but if I were to just look at this, I don't see anything about badass self.
So it's like identity shifts that I've gone through, like even like colors, personality, like that sort of stuff.
Yes. Mindset shifts that you've had, who you've become, even like what it looks like to be your most badass self online. If you've ever been worried about so-and-so judging you, here's how to move through that. Like if they're worried about being their badass self online because someone's going to judge them, give them educational tips on how to move through that.
Yeah.
Really, you want your feed content to represent whatever it is that you have in here.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That's perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, Remy, that was freaking amazing. Emily, I think I have 2 of your accounts. Is this the right one?
This is the right one, yes. Arrow Visuals is my business account, and then Emily Palin is my personal, but that's not really for business.
Okay, so don't look at that one.
All good.
Okay, amazing. So tell me, why did you sign up for Freedom Queen Live and what are you most excited for?
So I signed up for Freedom Queen Live because I miss being around energy. Like I've never actually been to a proper live retreat with people like in this mastermind kind of style. So I'm really excited. And I'm most excited to just connect with people. My word for the year is synergy. So just wanting to explore some synergies. And yeah, I feel like everybody does really interesting things. So yeah, excited to connect with everybody.
I mean, and you help people with their websites, so like we're all your ideal clients.
Yeah, so I've taken, just a quick caveat before we dive into here, I took like a massive, almost a year-long Instagram hiatus break. And most of our done for you services, like they come through referrals. So it, like me not being on Instagram didn't actually stop the flow of clients in. But I'm wanting to kind of come back into Instagram from a more educational perspective, kind of just teaching more on how to communicate visually and written storytelling wise. So I'm really passionate about communication as a way of connecting deeper with your clients, and also amplifying trust, because I think at the end of the day, it's how fast you can go from 0 to 100 in terms of building trust, and visual cues are just like a really massive way to build that trust as well. It's like, does it match what you're saying? If it doesn't match, then you've got this mistrust. So that's kind of like the bridge I'm wanting to connect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And are you going to be doing storytelling and communicating and building trust via websites, or via, what's the vehicle that you're using?
So the vehicle that I'm using is going to be through websites.
Amazing. Okay.
Itself. So I'd be like doing website audits, kind of going through people's websites. So at the moment, I have a few websites that I've designed and I've put on there. And I'm like, you can see the last 3 posts, I'm like trying to pivot into a bit more written communication or like mindset style. I'm kind of just finding my flow here. So yeah.
Are these 3 posts pinned?
Yes, I think they're pinned. Yes.
Okay, so this is the most recent post then.
Yes.
Okay, so immediately, well, first of all, it's amazing that you're helping with storytelling and things like that, because every single person in this room needs that. Immediately, when I look at these 3 pieces of content, I go, how does that relate to website? How does that relate to website and building trust via website?
Mm.
When I look at these, if I didn't know you and we didn't have that context, I would think you're a mindset coach.
Right. Yes. That, yeah, I'm like sort of still figuring out, because a huge part of I think half of my audience are like ideal clients, and the other half are like designers who follow me because they're inspired by my journey. And so sometimes I try to like post a few things that are also catering towards designers, because I also ran like a mini mastermind last year, and that went really well. And I love, yeah, kind of both. I'm wanting to cater to both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a bit conflicted as to who I'm actually really creating the content for.
I would really speak to people that need their websites designed and they need help storytelling, and basically sell them on why they need your work in order to help them grow their business, why it's specifically storytelling and communicating via a website. And then what I would do is you can make little pieces of content like reels of your story, mini trainings on how you've grown your website design business. But that's not the main piece, because any website designer that sees you're successful or potentially wants to go into this industry, they're just going to look at you and go, wow, Emily knows what she's talking about. Like, you have client work that you're sharing. You're clearly educating people. You're clearly you're clearly great at what you do, and you're successful. They don't really need to be sold.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So communicating and sharing more of maybe like why visual, or different styles of visual communication, and like different styles of like messaging or copywriting, like website experience, how I think about the website experience and how I create it. Right?
Yes, exactly. You can make pieces of content that look like, why your pop-up freebie on your site isn't getting any emails. Why, let me guess, you've spent $10,000 on that beautiful website, but no one actually uses it. Really, this is what I was talking about in your $1 million year, is you want to go back to the basics. High-level clients still want basic level material. Like, I think that if you made a piece of content that said what your header should be on your website if you want to grow your business this year to $1 million or 100K or whatever it is, this is what it should look like. Really just showing off your expertise, and you'd be surprised by how much value people get out of just those little simple tips on Instagram.
Yeah. In terms of like the format, I'm just conflicted between like, what's the best way to like showcase that? Is it written format? Is it a Loom video? Is it like me speaking to the camera? I'm like,
I would do text, like carousel text. So when you're actually teaching something and it needs to be like, they need maybe a script or they need a template, or you're giving them something that they would save and imply. But then, since you've been in business for a while, why don't you do some green screens with some of your client websites, and you're showing like, here's exactly how we took my client's website from this to this, and how she's now making X amount of money. Here's what we did. Here's why this works. Demonstrations that way.
Got it.
Or voiceovers if you don't want to do a green screen.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Like a Loom video and then voiceover or something would work. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't upload straight from Loom to Instagram.
No, because the format.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm conflicted. I was like, oh, what's the best way to showcase this? Yeah, okay, cool. No, and the other thing I noticed I don't do enough of is showcasing client wins. I just showcase like the final product, and I'm like, here it is. It's a pretty new site, and then I don't really share like what the transformation actually was, like what did it get them. So I feel like I need to showcase more of that as well. Yeah.
And that's really the result. The result is, what is this going to do for the business? Like, imagine if I just said like, all right, guys, we're going to do product suite. No one would buy. but I have to sell my audience on why we need product suite work in your business, because when you have a scalable product suite, it's going to be able to give you freedom. You don't have to be on so many client calls. You can have more passive income coming in. You can have a business that's scaling with the clients that you actually want to be working with. So like that's the end result. But the feature is product suite. It's the same thing for yours. Your feature really is, I'm going to build out your website, but the end result is the leads, the right clients, that you being able to walk away and go to a coffee shop while your website's doing the work for you. That's the real transformation you want to be selling.
Yes. Okay. So if you go into that, the Untapped website reel, just curious about the messaging there.
Yeah. And this is going to be the last one because we're over time for the
Oh,
5.
sorry.
That's okay. You don't have a timer in front of you.
Yeah, in terms of the messaging, then perhaps being able to kind of narrow in on the transformation it created for them more than just what I've got here, right? Yeah.
So I would actually cut out all these clips in the reel and just get to where do you start scrolling? It's like when you start scrolling here. I would actually just have this be on the screen the whole time, even a slower scroll, and say how I took my client's website from looking like this and then insert the picture to this right here. And here's what we're doing in order to grow their business. Well, first we have and then explain it. We have their
in the reel itself, and then
Yes.
kind of the caption would be a bit shorter.
Yeah, the caption I like to use to restate the ideas that I'm communicating inside of the actual post itself.
Got it.
So you're not saying the same thing, but you're giving a bullet point, or you're giving a story that's paralleling what you're teaching inside of the reel. So you could tell a story in the caption that's around how you met this client. And then at the end of the caption, you could say, would you like your own website designed for you? DM me website.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your time, by the way. This
Of
was
course.
wonderful. Good direction.
Yay. Well, welcome to Freedom Queen Live. I'm so excited to
Me
meet in person.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got these next 3 audits. I just saw Allison came on. Hi, Allison. Okay, Christine. Why did you sign up for Freedom Queen Live, and what are you most excited for?
I signed up for Freedom Queen Live because I really wanted to get back to having an in-person experience. And when I was a marketing executive with Coke and with Victoria's Secret, we used to do a lot of like in-person stuff, and it was nice. Like you just get to hug people in person, and it's just I'm excited about it. It's in my neck of the woods. I live in downtown St. Pete, so it'll be easy to come see you guys. So I'm excited. I'm excited to come and actually feel the energy in person.
Well, you were just a showstopper. I know that you and I, like the first time we talked in the membership, I was like, who is this woman? What is she doing? She does everything. And on our call. And then you've just been blowing up. Like, didn't you just have your big mastermind launch and your membership? Like, you're just taking over the world.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I know I just did a whole redesign on my Instagram too, because I was like, Bridget is about to attack it. So let me make sure that it at least look good. So that was this weekend because I just wanted to add some covers, and I know I've been wanting to do it, but this made me do it. So I'm excited to hear all the things you have to say. I'm ready to take it in.
Well, let's dive right into your Instagram then. So, okay, let me start the timer. And Cassie's in St. Pete too, so you guys got to meet up. Okay. So let's go to bio first here. The woo and the do in biz and life. Don't talk, be about it, be the movement, manifest millions in motion, embody your vision, remember who the F you are. In this bio, I would love to add a line that shows off your expertise, what you do. Immediately, the first thing I think is, why Christine? And this is for everyone. Like, you want to think, why should someone choose you? So I would do something that's like, what's one of your biggest achievements that you're really proud of?
There's so many. No, I'm just joking.
Every day.
It's like every day. I could I had been moving away from this, but now I'm bringing it a little bit back. But I could say 20 years managing 9-figure brands, um, and something like that, right? Like 20 years managing a $450 million brand, and bringing that into, your smaller business, or translating that into your business, something like that.
Well, you could do something that's like, P.S. I've managed millions of dollars, or P.S. I've managed millions, or I've managed, like something that makes it less like 10 years experience in XYZ. And it's like, I've met like something that's a little bit, if you want that, because they both work really well. Not one's not better than the other, but you could say something like a wink face, or like something that's like a drooling, or something that's like, wait, what? It's very clearly that you're not just like positioning yourself in a very marketing way. There's something different about the way you're communicating it. So it could be a P.S. I've managed millions, drooling.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
like
a good
that.
one too. Cassie put in the chat.
Oh, wait, I missed it.
Okay, so, and then I think that you could take this entire first phrase here and turn it into one sentence.
Okay.
And so you're so much about manifestation, embodiment, who you're being. This is where I get into my creative juices. You could do something around, I don't know, I'm just gonna go here for a minute. Like, even something like, what if you actually have everything you need to make millions, and you just need someone to activate who you really are? Or what if you have everything you need to make millions, and actually you just need someone to activate who you are and embody your $1 million self, or embody your next level of wealth, and kind of positioning yourself against people that maybe are doing more of the like strict marketing, and you're speaking to the woman that's like, I've tried everything and I just need someone to activate me. Like, I need to be that person. Something
I was
like that.
saying before, it was I was like creating, what did I say? Creating your millionaire from the inside out. Like, it was basically saying, basically you need to feel like $1 million in order to make the $1 million, basically. So maybe it's something like that too.
Yeah.
My podcast is the Woo and the Do podcast, because everybody knows me from talking about the woo plus the do, because I like to, talk about the strategy plus like the manifestation piece. And when you put those together, boom. So yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. And that, I don't think it's like quite landed there yet, but something around that of like, I think you could consolidate that. So it's just one nice long sentence. People read it, okay, I know exactly what Christine does and how she's going to help me.
Yeah.
Okay, so how my clients and I quantum leap. The first thing I noticed, and obviously we're not looking at this on the phone, but there's something off about the margins and the way that the branding set up. For some of these reels, you might not need to put a cover like this over top of them. Let's actually go to some of these reels here and see what's going on.
It was like, I showed it before. It was just all my face. Face.
You were
So
trying
like,
to
oh
change it up.
I need to change it.
If you want that depth that I talk about, I believe it's in the Reels Challenge and Content to Cash, the depth, what I would do is not make all of your covers have text on them, but some are a photo of you, like with no text on the screen. And maybe the photo of you is like you're in the corner, so that you leave some space here. And the next one has text on the screen.
Okay.
Even little things like, this being cut off, it's so slight, but from a psychology standpoint, people look at margins and go, oh, not the authority. just little things like this make a huge difference. So I would do some reels that have just a photo of you, some that have text. I'll even when I get photo shoots done and when I'm working on content, I'll purposefully take content that I know when I, or take photos that I know when I uploaded it to Instagram, I have white space in different areas of the actual post so that I can use it on a cover. So that it's not just me all of the time posing and smiling on the post. So that's what I would, that's the first thing that I would do is put some, and I think you can go back in and change your reels covers, like make this one be just a photo of you or this one just a photo of you to add some of that depth in between the pieces of content.
Yes.
Yay, yay. Okay. Let's go to, but then otherwise, Christine, your copy is great. It's more of the look of it all. So apply that and then come back into the membership and be like, this is working. Or you can also chat about it in the Freedom Queen live conference ticket area.
Okay.
Yay. Okay, Olga, come on up. 30 seconds. Why did you join Freedom Queen Live and what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I'm just so excited to hug you first. And then I think what everybody said, Remy kind of touched on it. It's like we get so isolated and we feel like we're a little odd or weird, and it's hard to connect to people that don't do the same stuff. So it's like really exciting to connect with all of you and meet you guys in person. And I'm warming up Florida for you too because I'm in Miami. So I'm bringing up the heat.
Every client, Christine's in Florida, Cassie's in Florida, you're in Florida. I love it.
Yeah, we need a meetup, Freedom Queen Florida meetup for sure.
Yeah, there's so many. Okay, perfect. That was 30 seconds. Let's go right into your Instagram. So, these pieces are great, but they're all about you. And whenever someone comes to your profile, they want to know, well, what's in it for me? Like, what am I going to learn inside of working with Olga versus your qualifications? And they are important. Like what I was saying with Christine, we do want to have one statement that kind of positions you as the authority, but we don't need 3 statements positioning you as the authority. So I would choose one of these, like maybe angelic Reiki practitioner, or we could say it in a different way. But then have your, your I help statement, your guide on your transformation and healing journey. But let's elaborate a little bit more. Let's go into detail. Like, what are they healing? What are they transforming into? Or even if you said something like your guide on your transformation and healing journey while using angelic Reiki and Psych K facilitation, even if you just intertwined it all into one sentence.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Then someone that's interested in working with you that loves angelic Reiki and loves Psych K, then they're going to want to sign up versus talking about you being the facilitator and the practitioner.
Yeah, it's like just those 2 things, subconscious reprogramming and angels. Like that's my combination. Yeah, yeah.
I would actually use subconscious reprogramming then instead, because that's more of a word that your audience would know.
Yeah, that one is like not even needed. The name of the tool I use.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. That's us. So let's like dive into this one as an example. So 5 signs you remove limiting beliefs about your self-worth. 5 signs you remove limiting beliefs about what is their self-worth. Like what are you saying here about their self-worth?
That they're not, they don't know there's like that they're worthy of more, I guess.
What are you saying they're worthy? What are they worthy more of? Like what do they want to be worthy more of?
So just, and like if you flip through it, it's like having the having your people treat you the way you want to be treated. Like, don't put up with BS. It's like signs of, and maybe that's not clear. It's like when you increase your self-worth, these are the things that you're going to have. And if you don't have them now, that means like you need to work on your self-worth.
Okay, so this is a great example of your carousel slides in this post are actually what you want to pull out as the hook. So the reason I'm saying this is like if Joe Dispenza made this post, because Joe has the authority, or Brene Brown, it would get so much engagement. But the more vague you are, the more vague I am, people aren't going to engage with the piece of content. As you grow the business, you can get more vague, right? Like as we've been growing over the last couple of years, in the piece of content, I know I can make a piece of kind of more generalized content and it will still do well because we built the authority with the audience. In the beginning, you want to get as narrow in every single piece of content. So in this piece of content, as an example, you would want to say, the exact limiting beliefs you want to let go of if you need to set boundaries with your partner, if you need to set boundaries with your boss, if you need to set boundaries with your children, I don't know, whatever it is, if you need to set boundaries with your mother-in-law, like give very specific examples for what you know your exact ideal client is going through. You want each piece of content to be like a little nugget, a little gift to her, where you say, here, go apply this in your life and you're going to get results out of it. And then come back and I'm going to give you another one, and then come back and I'm going to give you another one. That's how you get people coming to your page every day. And all of a sudden it's like save, 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 because they're getting so much gold from every single piece of content that's specifically speaking to them.
So almost like breaking it up, and because that could even be like a couple of posts, right?
Yeah, this could have been 5 pieces of content.
Yeah.
And you can actually just, after this call, take each one of these out and turn it into a piece of content. Yep. Okay. We're at time. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course. Okay. Pearl, 30 seconds. Why did you join? So say, why did you join? And what are you most looking forward to?
Hello, morning. I joined because I fucking love you, but I love in-person events and they are always so powerful, and the energy, everyone shared the same thing. But every time I go to in-person event, I think I thrive in person. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited to be in the room with other Freedom Queens, similar energies, similar mindsets, and we get to just connect and have a good time and learn to grow our business and take over the world. So, yeah.
Oh, and I just love you. You and I, we got to meet last year, and now we're going to meet again this year. I'm like, now it's just going to be next level energy together. Okay, so let's go right into your Instagram here. So helping you feel lit AF, party sober, get high naturally. Amazing. This is so spot on. We know that when we go to your feed content, everything is going to be about getting lit AF, sober partying, and getting high naturally. Founder of this, amazing. Without even clicking on that, I'm going to know, okay, she's clearly an authority. Even the funny thing is like, even if something that you do hasn't actually come into fruition, like it hasn't been something that's like a billion bajillion dollar brand, if you just claim to your audience like I'm the founder of something, people are going to look at you as the authority around that. Ex-dietitian turned bio raver, get lit with me. Very, very spot on. Okay. How long have you had this photo of you here?
It's been a while. That's been my photo for a long time. Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Intuitively, I feel like a nice change in your photo might also help with all the shifting and messaging that you've been doing in your content. You know, maybe something where you can really see your face and you're like staring at the screen, like what's up, everybody? Like get in their faces a little bit. Like kind of taking it from, if we look at your body language of like, yay, I'm here, to like, I've arrived. Even if you're still smiling and you're still like that, it's like direct eye contact, looking right at them versus looking away like this. Something about the body language there. And also with the shift in messaging might be a good change. Okay, so your ideal client, what does she do for work?
So, I mean, so I have a different ideal client in terms of my different offers, but like my person I want to call into my closer group container is an entrepreneurial woman, whether it's online business, in-person business. She is an entrepreneur. She wants to kind of run her own life, and that's the vibe. But I'm also calling in people that do whatever into my lower ticket membership. So
Okay.
the main
Okay.
thing is like we all want to be healthy and we all want to have a really good time and party, so we're being more confident in our sober, just like really love who we are in a sober state. And that's like really my main goal.
Okay, I would just go back to the basics and really provide simple, valuable, educational content for your audience that looks like exactly what I would do if I wanted to stop drinking wine, but still feel comfortable at social events. What I would do if after a long work day, all I wanted was a glass of red wine and I'm and I'm in dry January. Like, give people, this is very much so what I was saying with Olga, give people these little pieces of gold where they're like, wow, Pearl really helped me today. And then they're in their kitchen and they're about to reach for the glass of red wine. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to have a dance party. And then they have the dance party. Like, you would be surprised by how many people buy from basic educational content. Like this morning, we got so many DMs just from a very simple educational piece of content that we made on product suite and messaging, which is not that profound, but everyone really likes it because why? They get a little piece of gold from it and they apply it. Another good example of this, Pearl, is I just bought this person's fitness membership because all of their content was a little piece of gold. Their content said like, babe, all you need is 2 dumbbells and a yoga mat. And to do XYZ in 30 days and you'll be looking amazing. And I went and did one of their workouts, 2 dumbbells and a yoga mat. And I felt so sore after it that I was like, I'm sold, I'm in. So I'm wondering, how can you give these little pieces of gold, these little simple, valuable little squares that make people get results in their life and go, wow, I actually don't need alcohol. Wow, I'm so much happier not drinking.
Nice.
And
Yep.
then, yeah. And then even speaking to like the problems that they have, like the things that they're afraid of, like social anxiety, like what to do if you've like POV, you still haven't done a social interaction since 2020 and now it's 2024 and you know you need to go to all of these events, but you have no idea how to not be the most awkward person in the room. Like that to me, like when I met you, Pearl, I was like, oh, this is your skill set. Like, you know, when you walked into that room, Pearl, everyone at the table went, who is that? What is she on? What are you doing? And you maintained that energy throughout the whole night without having one sip of alcohol. And like what you're doing there is gold. Like so many people, especially women business owners who want to host in-person events, who want to lead people even online on Zoom calls, need that work.
Love that.
So good. Moms need that work for sure. Cassie says, Allison says, yes, legit. Even when we just met for lunch, that was Pearl's energy. Yeah, and that comes naturally to you, but that doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. And that's definitely a piece of your business too, of like the dancing, the like, I'm gonna teach you how to walk in a room. I'm gonna teach you how to own every weird dance move that you have. Like even things like you would be surprised, like what to do with your body when you're at a dance party, when you're at a social networking event for your business. You know, like stop talking to people like this, like shoulders back, like lean in, like, yeah, how not to be awkward when you haven't had any alcohol because you're a part of the bio rave community, because we don't drink, we just dance, we ignite our energy, we're lit AF. Oh, and yeah, like is this making sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down here?
Yeah, 100%. Everything's
Okay.
landing for sure.
Yay. Okay. I just realized we went to 7 minutes on.
Thank you. Thank
We're
you.
getting so into it. Okay. How are you all feeling? We're at time and we're doing another one of these on Thursday as well. So if you didn't get to go today, come to Thursday's call, or just come to Thursday's call, even if you came today, and we're going to do a whole other batch. Yes, you can come back. When you come on Thursday, if you already got an audit today, I ask that you let the other people go first before you, but then if we have time, we can come back to yours and ask questions too. I am so excited to meet you at Freedom Queen Live in person. It's going to be iconic, you guys. I can't wait to squeeze you in person. We're going to have so much information rolling out. We're going to be doing a competition soon of who can bring the most friends to it, and the reward that you get is insane. So, okay. Have an amazing day. I will see you on Thursday on our call again, and I'll see you in September at Freedom Queen Live. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.